That right there is our new warship to take on enemy warships in our hardcore career mode series. Is it going to work out for us? I am hoping so. We have ourselves an anti-aircraft gun on the back, and on the front we have ourselves a dual heavy autocannon setup. Honestly, this seems like the right way to do things, rather than having a huge cannon, because, well, it's harder to reload, then we have to aim, and stuff like that. But yeah, I think this is the good way to do it. The problem that we have right now is that this thing is empty. So, we need to go ahead and shove an engine in this thing, we need to make sure that we can use the cannon, we need to add lights, and a bunch of other things, so that this thing is ready to go. So, let's go ahead and get it ready. Alright, so first things first, I think I need an engine in here that is quite powerful. We're gonna go with... Actually, I say quite powerful. We're gonna go with two relatively small engines, and hopefully that works out. We don't have very much room back here, but that's okay. So, let's go with these two. We're gonna go ahead and shove them in the room slightly, and we're gonna have two 4-cylinder engines. Yep, I feel like that makes sense. I feel like that is quite the right size. Quite the right size. Although, if I don't build them in the right area, maybe it's not quite the right size. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and remove this wall. I'm going to go ahead and make the wall back up over here. And there we go. We got two 4-cylinder engines that will fit in this area. I am going to move them slightly, but only slightly. Alright, grab these, cut them, move them this way, and paste it in. There we go. Alright, good. Nice. So, yeah, I don't really want this to be a full-on build series. I want this to be part of the career mode. So, what I might try and do is get this finished today and actually take it out and do some exercises with it, so that we aren't just building all the time. I don't want to build all the time, although it is kind of a big part of the game. Anywho, we have our engine started off right here, and it looks good. We then need to add all of the stuff to it, so the air... Let's go ahead and shove that on this side. We need the exhaust. I'm actually going to shove that on this side as well, but also have it go the same way, which I don't know whether that's a good or a bad idea. But essentially, we need to zoom these up to the ceiling, like this. There we go. Both of them go up to there. We then need to somehow get them into this. So... Wait, is that actually in the wall? Have I put them in the wall? I have. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Kind of weird, but actually, if it fits, it fits. Alright, delete all of that, go in this way, and then we should be able to attach all that together. So that goes there, this goes here. If I shove this guy into there, we can do this. All the way down to here. And if I do this one, we can go all the way down to here. Yes, indeed. Okay, shove that on there, shove this on here. Attach these both into the wall the way that I need them to. Just like so. And there we go. We have the exhaust and the air already set up. Good. Alright, what's the next thing then? Let's go back to engine. We are wanting fuel, I do think. So, fuel manifold is right here. We're going to chuck it on there. We're going to send it through the floor, or into the floor. And then it's going to come out this side. Yes, it is. We're going to need a pipe for it. That's okay. Let's shove that into there like so. And then we need to start adding some tanks. Yep. We're going to use tanks. We're going to use these guys right here. If you don't know why, apparently, these guys, if they get damaged, they don't actually leak or fill up too much. So that's why we're doing this. And yes, I've gone through one of the bulkheads, but that's okay. We're going to need a lot of fuel in this thing, so that's what I'm doing. Alright, cool. There's all of our fuel tanks in there like so. That's quite a lot. I think what I'm going to do on this edge, by the way, is actually send it up and have a way to refill this. If I need to refill my tanks, obviously I want to be able to do that. So let's shove that guy out of there. We'll have a straight piece on here. Where are we at that point? I don't know. I don't know where in the deck this is going to come up. Have I actually got it in another wall? No, very close though. Alright, shove that there. Our refilling can actually happen over here. That's fine. Yeah. Alright, we'll have the refueling happen here. And we'll also have the gas relief as well. So, if we put in a hose connector, that can go in there like so. We can... Actually, let's have that go here. And then above it, we'll actually have some fluid ports. And that's the gas relief section. Okay, here we go. So 1, We'll actually do it all the way up the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. We will paint all of these just like so. Okay. And there we go. All right, good. We then might as well fill in the bottom again and connect all this together. So, we need some pipes. And that'll be good. How do I actually want this to work? It is a good question. It is a good question. So we're going to go and attach that guy onto there like so. I'm then going to do... Oh, no, actually, no. No. That's not what we want, is it? No. What we want is to pipe this way. We'll go with that. There we go. We're then going to pipe it this way. 1, 2. And we're going to pipe it straight into there. Which means we can delete that guy, shove this onto here, whack this guy onto here like this, and then all we have to do is connect that into all of these, which I believe is done via this. There we go. Alright, good. Yeah. Then we just need a bunch of these guys. 1, 2, 3, and one of these. Bop. There we go. Alright, we're all connected. Okay, next thing is the manifold. Let's go ahead and connect that directly onto here. We are going to send it up through the ceiling, and we're going to try and put them into that thing we made earlier, which is up here. These guys. I don't know how it's going to go, if I'm totally honest with you, but we'll be able to figure it out. So there and there, if we whack it through the floor, that is how it's going to work. Pipes. Let's get it in this color. Here we go. Shove this on here like so. 1 and 2. Go to the underside, and actually... go from here. Oh, can I not do it? I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to do it, but yeah, it's deleting too much. It deletes this. Oh, that's annoying. That's actually very annoying. Right, okay, bring it this way. Bring this one this way, and there. There we go. Send this straight down here. And then send it this way. And then this one, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Send this down here to there. And delete these. Okay, right, we're in a situation now where we might be good. I just need to connect it all together. Alright, I think I've done it. So we've got pipes going through the deck and into those right there. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be enough to actually cool us down. So we need to come up with more. What I might do, weirdly, is actually delete this guy and this guy. I know this is an interior piece, but... what I'm going to do is add some pipes into here. There we go. And essentially send it through here as well. We're going to use these 5x5s. I'm going to chuck them on here like this. And we'll go with one there. Obviously, there we go. One there and one here. And we'll connect all of these guys to there as well. I know it's not quite right. And it's actually really not right. But it should work. And there we go, they're all connected, so now we have, what, 4 of these guys per engine, and that might not be enough, but it's in there, and we're not gonna worry about it anymore. That's it, that's just what we're gonna have. So, let's go ahead and save this as it is. I need the engine microcontroller, so I'm gonna go ahead and get one of those. I'm gonna paint the floor in here, because that's something I need to do. What color should the floor inside be? Green? This kind of grey actually looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and paint it grey, it turns out. Okay, the walls should probably be a different colour too. So I'm just going to go ahead and paint all the walls. And then the ceiling should probably be a different colour too. Probably not grey. Maybe blue? I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so paint this piece, paint that piece. Let's paint these guys as well. There we go, paint this, and this, and this. In fact, everything that's white is gonna be grey. There we go. Alright, I'm happy with that. Okay, so I've started with the microcontrollers. There's one here, and there's obviously one on the other side on the other engine. We need, first though, to actually add some starters, because obviously we need to start this thing. We're gonna go with 4 of them. And there we go, we got 4 starters. We need to connect those guys onto here, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on this one, we need to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's all of those connected. We're then going to attach them to the electricity. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need to, I guess, actually add a throttle onto this, and then we're good. All right, so up here, we're going to have 2 throttles again. A lot of people ask me why I do this. and have 2 instead of just having 1. I actually like to be able to turn off engines if there's a problem with a specific engine, so that's why I do it. I didn't used to, but now I do. So there you go. Alright, cool. Connect that to there, connect that to there. That is awesome. What we then need to do is get ourselves a key. The key is obviously going to start each engine as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and whack that underneath there. There we go. So you got 2 keys. One is obviously for this one. It's also going to be for this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Alright, cool. And then this is going to be for this one, this one, this one, and this one, as well as this engine. Okay, at this point, we should be able to start our engines. Okay, so now we need a clutch. Yes, we do. A 3x3 clutch is going to go directly on the back of here. We're then going to go ahead and pipe it upwards. Yeah, so this is going to go up like this. It's also going to go backwards, just as a side note. This is going to go up like this. We're going to add a gearbox onto there. We're going to shove it on here like this. We'll go with 2 of those. In fact, we might as well go with 3. Sure. And that is going to be revved up like crazy. Yes, it is. There we go. What we're then going to do is send it through here. We're going to need some pipes for that. Here we go. Straight pipe. Let's grab it in the right color, which is just this, and shove it on there. Okay. Right, so that is going to lead straight out into the open, because that's what that does. This is my prop shaft, and that's how it works. So as long as I can delete this and go down, that would be great. There we go. We're going to bring it down to here. Yes. That's good. The other thing is actually for my generator, because we are going to need generators, otherwise we're going to run out of battery power, and then when we run out of battery power, I'm not going to be able to start the engine, and then when we can't start the engine, we're going to have just some problems. I'm actually going to send this down even further, and I'm going to shove it out of here instead. Yep, there we go. Alright, zoom it backwards, and whack a propeller on. Yes, please! Large propeller! Let's use this color, chuck it on there. That's okay. That's okay, I think. We're going to chuck one of these guys on here like this. I'm going to zoom it forwards like so. And then I'm going to just do this. One piece, please. There we go. Alright, it would be kind of nice if I did go around this and made it bulky, but as it stands, this is okay. We're then going to get ourselves some rudders. So I'm just going to delete these pieces. And we're just going to chuck in those rudders that we never use. Rudder. Here we go, these guys. I don't know if it's going to be big enough for what we need, but if we chuck those on there, that'll be fine. They are tiny. They are so small compared to my ship. What I'm also going to do then is actually add these guys here. And on this side, these guys here. And actually, these guys here. If we ever get a shot at, none of my rudders, or even if some of my rudders get shot out, some of them will still work. And that's good. That's very good. Alright, connect to all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's a lot of rudders. But there we go. Alright, we are almost all connected. These guys need connecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we're good. And then we need some gearboxes actually in here as well. We do. So these two are actually going to be gearboxes. Yep. Alright, that goes that way, that goes that way. Connect this. There we go. Good. Have a minus on that one. We then need to do the same thing over here. 1, 2. Let's start doing everything on both sides as well. This one needs to be 3 to 1. This one needs to be 3 to 1. All of these guys need to be 3 to 1. And then maybe it will work. Who knows? 3 to 1. That's got a -1. 3 to 1. Alright, cool. So, let's go ahead and connect the battery to these guys. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then what we need to do from there, I'm going to have to connect these guys as well. There we go. Is connect this to a reverse. So I need a button that says reverse, please. Here we go. Button. Da-da-da-da-da. Yep. In this color, please. Thank you. And this is going to be our reverse. Excellent. So connect this guy down to there and there, and that is it. I think we're at a stage now where we should be able to actually test this out by like sailing it around a little bit. Alright, before we actually do any of that then, we are going to need some dials. So, middle dial is going to be for speed. It always is. There we go. This one right here is going to be for battery. There we go. And this one is going to be for fuel. In case you're wondering what the battery thing is, on stream one time I accidentally typed in battery instead of battery, and a lot of people called me out. That's what it's from. Anyway, speed. Linear speed sensor. Let's just chuck one of those up here. Alright, very good. Connect that to there. Fuel. That's an interesting situation. I need to add all of this together and then put it into that. And then battery obviously just comes from this battery right here. I think a spare battery would make sense too, so I'm actually going to put a random battery here in the front because I can. That's going to be our spare battery, and I'm actually going to connect that straight up to this one. Yeah, I don't see why not. I could connect it via a breaker, but it's fine. Okay, I've added all of the fuel tanks together, as you can see down there, with a lot of add blocks. Obviously, I could have done that a lot seamlessly, a lot more seamlessly using a microcontroller, but never mind, we've done this now. What do I want to do next? Well, I want to go ahead and add a way to get from upstairs to downstairs, and although I do like using stairs, I do think using an actual ladder just makes more sense. It does. So we're going to get some ladders, we're going to obviously chuck it on here, and we're just going to zoom it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and that's it. There we go. What I could also do is delete this and add a hatch, and I don't know, that's it. There we go. Alright, very good. Very good indeed. On the top, I can paint the hatch this color, on the bottom it can stay this color, and that is fine. That is actually all I need to do right now. Although, being able to get down into the bottom would also be pretty good. I don't want to do it on the same stairs, so I'm going to do it off to one side. I'm just going to do it over here. It's got to go here. There we go. So we'll have another hatch, please. Here we go. Not in this color. There we go. We'll chuck it in the floor. Bosh. And then we just need some ladders. Please. Just need some ladders, please. Alright, that ladder's going to go there. This ladder's going to go here. On the underside, delete, 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 delete. Chuck that all the way up there. We're gonna zoom this from here across to here, and that's fine. I think. That's fine, I think. I actually don't know. Is that okay? Maybe. Because then we can walk down the side to the engine if needs be. Okay, I think we tested out. Uh-oh, it's currently nighttime. It seems relatively low in the water, but that's kind of... In fact, that's actually kind of what we wanted, so that might be okay. If we can get on a ladder to get out of here, that would be awesome. Ladder, there we go, climb up. Let's go ahead and open this up. Very nice. I'm going to go downstairs because I need to sleep. Turn off your flashlight when you sleep, otherwise it drains the battery really quick. And it's morning. Okay. Guys, we're doing it. Alright, close this. Open this one. Climb upstairs. Jump backwards. That's good. Close that again. Here we are. You know what's happening? You know what was happening that entire time? Because I'm a big dum-dum. You want to know? Do you guys want to know what was happening? I was just emptying all of my diesel out. That's right. It was just all flowing out. No! Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was just emptying all of my diesel out. That is terrible. That is terrible. Right, gas. I don't know if there's a limit on this. I'm assuming there is, actually, but there we go. Alright. Yeah, I was just emptying all of my gas out. So we just lost loads of diesel for actually no reason. So that's good. Wait, it's emptying stuff again, but I think it's just air. Hopefully, anyway. Alright, we're on the ladder. It doesn't sound like it's just air. I'm not gonna lie. What is happening? What is happening? So it's connected only to these guys with a gas relief on it. So it should just be air escaping. I guess? Is it just air? It should be. That goes down into the tanks. Maybe it is just air that's going out. I don't know. It's scaring me, though. It is very much scaring me. Right now. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna let it happen. Even if it's a bad idea. I think I lost 1,000 fuel that time. Let's just see if it stops. Is that a bad idea? That's probably a really terrible idea. Alright, what we got going on? It's just going down a lot. Let's just see if the engines work. No, they don't. We have a problem. Okay, it wasn't actually connected to the engines. That's why. I didn't connect it on this side. Alright. So, I've actually disconnected the, whoa, yeah, okay. There's oil in the water because I spilt loads of fuel. I was just spraying it into the water just for fun. Okay, so that was actually fuel that was dumping. At least the first times. Interesting. Well, I've disconnected them this time, so they can't do that, but obviously that's going to be a problem later on if we run into that. Anyway, let's see if we can start the engine. Yep, that engine starts. That engine starts. Oh. Okay. It can't quite deal with what I've got going on here. Also, they aren't actually going into a generator right now. Alright, there we go. What kind of speed are we at now? We're at 9. We kind of need to go faster than that, and also we need to be more stable than this. I don't really want to tip over as we are sailing, to be honest. It's not really the greatest thing. Okay, we are going to need a generator on this ship, so let's go ahead and delete a hole. Actually, no, we don't want to delete the hole until we've actually added a thing. So, to the left of that, that would be great. There we go. That's it right there. Okay, pipe, here we go. Grab it in this color, chuck it through there like that, and attach this directly on like so. Boop! There we go. Okay, I've also gone ahead and added 3 more cylinders right here because I can, so there you go. We might as well have them because they do actually fit, and it doesn't look too weird. Like, it looks a little bit strange, but not too weird. It is a bit strange, though, to have 7-cylinder engines, but there you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and start her up and get moving, and we'll see how this goes, I guess. We also need to figure out that situation, but we're not going to figure it out right now. Anyway, jump across. Let's go ahead and climb the ladder. There we go. Climb the next ladder. Very good. Get inside and do this and this. I need to sort out the gear ratios too, actually, but there we go. And drive. Oh. Okay, I've made it worse, apparently. Okay, so this is the current situation. We are going around 15 meters per second, which isn't too bad. We have a full battery, and we are losing a lot of fuel. I don't know why we're losing that much fuel. I feel like that's too much, actually. But I think it's because the engine is revving too high, and it's not actually getting used. But that's okay, we can maybe get that used. Anyway, what I might do now is add a stability thing to this. And then once we got the stability thing on here, we can maybe actually test it out. We do still need lights though, so I guess we'll add lights too. Okay, so stability is done via these guys back here with ACK Originals, tilt sensor thingamabobby, balancer, stabilizer thingamabobby. So when we're moving around, these things will turn and allow us to stay dead flat in the water, which is good. Anyway, what I need to do now is add lights, so let me go ahead and just go to light really quickly. We're going to delete some of these, so one there, one here, and one here, as well as one there, and just chuck all of these in. There we go. That'll probably be pretty much all of the rear lights on this thing, and we likely won't do very many more. From here, we're just going to go ahead and chuck one on the side of this. There we go. I am going to go ahead and chuck one down there. Round here-ish, we'll put one there and one here, and we'll just chuck one right there. On this piece, we'll chuck one right here and one right at the end. There we go. And at the front, we're just going to go ahead and delete these two and chuck it there. So that's all of our deck lights somewhat sorted. I am going to go ahead and chuck a light in here as well. Probably in the side. There we go. So a light's going to go there. On the interior, we are obviously going to need lights in here as well. So let's just go ahead and chuck... I was going to go with one light in the center, but actually, let's figure this out. So where the doors are, and forwards from the doors, we'll have one right here as well. There we go. All right, downstairs, we're going to need some down here. So we'll actually chuck one there and one where the door is. There we go. Okay, downstairs again, we do need lights down here, but I won't do that just yet. Okay, so back upstairs then. Let's go ahead and paint the floor so that the floor is correct. There we go. We're going to get ourselves a toggle button, and we're going to just put it in here somewhere. So I believe this is reverse. It is. Let's go ahead and have our lights over here on this side, because we can. So we're going to start off with nav lights. There we go, because that's probably the most important one, or the one that we're going to put on the most. Then we're going to go with deck lights. There we go. We're going to go with spotlights front, and we'll actually go with spotlights back as well. There we go. All right, good. So let's go ahead and connect this one to all of the lights that we've just connected, or that we've just put in, and then we're going to have to give them all electricity, and then from there we are good to go. It does take a little bit of time to do this, but that's all right. There's a lot of lights, actually. Maybe I should have less. Maybe there should be less lights. Who knows? Anyway, connect all of these together. There we go. And then once we've done that, we need to do the electricity, and that'll be fine too. I'm also going to connect this guy and this guy to those lights, and that'll be fine. Instead of having spotlights front and back, we're actually going to have interior lights on this one. And that'll be connected to obviously this guy and this guy, this guy and this guy, and then these two down here. Or four down here, actually. 3 and 4. Alright, let me go ahead and connect all of those to the electricity, and we can go from there. Alright, they're all connected. What I need to do now is grab this color and essentially paint each of these so that the block underneath isn't the wrong color. There we go, that's all done. On the interior, I want those lights to be slightly different colors, so they're actually going to be brown. And I need to do this on both sides. Oh, I haven't done this bit on both sides, have I? Oh, it's so annoying when I do this. Alright, paint all of these. There we go. Done. Alright, so, what do I need to do now? Well, we're going to need some spotlights. I think I'm actually going to go with these guys. And I'm just going to go ahead and have them point themselves forwards. So let's just chuck them on there like that. Actually, no. Like this. There we go. And I'm going to have one on the back. Actually, up there? But so that it will point itself down. Alright, like this. There we go. Alright, we're then going to go ahead and paint them, actually like so. We'll have them automatically angle themselves, and that'll be good. So yeah, we're going to need a number. Let's go ahead and chuck that right there. We will connect that number directly to these guys, 1 and 2. We'll also connect these guys to the electricity. They're all coming from the same battery, and that's fine. We'll go and connect that up to there as well. And the value of this is going to be 1. Okay, let's go ahead and move that across to there. That's already done. And we are good. We're then going to get this one. I'm going to chuck it all the way up here. We connect that guy to there. And the value is going to be 0.5. Hopefully that works. Alright, we then need to connect all of these guys to the spotlights. Right here. So spotlight. That's backlight. I've accidentally connected to the wrong thing. That's okay. And there we go. Alright, cool. Interior lights, however. I actually want that on backlights. Here we go. So all the backlights will actually go on as well. Alright, so far so good. The last thing I need to do with lights then is actually nav lights. So let's go to light again. Here we go. We are going to go ahead and put a nav light actually all the way at the top like this. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and put nav lights here as well. That's it. Alright, so paint these in the right colors. And then we should be good to go. So left is red. Right is green. And then the back one is white. Alright. Here we go. Nav lights. Boop, boop. And boop. Give those guys some electricity from the battery down there. It's not the best way of doing batteries, but it is a way of doing batteries. And there we go. So we've got nav lights now. We have other lights. We have a stabilizer. All of it should work. And that'll be really good. We also need to add some equipment in here. So let's go ahead and do that next. Yeah, we're actually just going to go ahead and chuck it all in this room, I think. And that'll be fine. In fact, let's just do it all in this wall. So we're going to need some of those. We are going to need some of these. It's quite a big ship, so actually maybe more of these would work actually better, but it's fine. Underwater welders, we'll add 2 of those. Ooh. Stuff like this actually is going to go on this side, so 3 of those. We're going to go with 3 of these, and we're going to go with a bunch of rope, wherever that is. There it is, rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, cool. So we got rope. We have all of the things that we sort of need on this side already. That's good. We're going to go ahead and connect in a bunch of these guys. There we go. And then I guess uniforms or outfits or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and add a diving outfit. I need a ballistic outfit of some sort. Armor. That would be good. What armor is it that I actually need? Plate vest? Or do I need... I don't know which vest I need. Bomb disposal? I mean, I don't know. Which one do I normally wear? I have no idea. That looks good to me. Alright, so we're going to have one of those right there. I could add Arctic gear, but actually instead, what we should do is add heaters around. So let's do that. Heaters. Yes. There we go. I am actually just going to go ahead and chuck it in the ceiling. Right here. There we go. So one there. We go upstairs. We'll do one here. And we'll have one... not at the engines. That's a bad idea. We'll have one down here, somewhat in the center as well, above the bed. Alright. We are going to have to paint the tops of each of these, but that's okay. There's one. There's 2. And that one doesn't need doing. Alright, cool. Another button for heaters. That would be awesome. There we go. Heater, please. Yes. And connect that to the electricity too. All of these buttons need connected to the electricity as well. And there we go. I think that's all of them. Have I connected everything else? The heaters need connecting too. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. And then all of those need connecting to the actual button. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, I think we're in a situation now where we should be able to have all of it work. We should be able to sail around, and that'll be awesome. Maybe. Okay, here we go. So nav lights, deck lights, interior lights, front spotlights is actually the back ones as well. And the heaters. Do the heaters work? Yes, they do. Turn that off, because we don't need it right now. Alright, do this and this. There we go, and sail! Alright, what kind of speed are we at? 14? 13? That's not very fast. And then that's going down as well. But we are moving. Stabilizers don't appear to be doing anything. At all. Actually, they're not doing anything at all. But the lights do work, so I'm happy with that. Alright. Why isn't the stabilizer working? Are they connected to the electricity? That's a good question. I don't know. No. Alright, that's why the stabilizer's not doing anything. Very good. Alright, cool. Alright, so now we're in a position where it should work out fine. What I want to do, though, is actually go down to the hull, and I want to paint a bunch of rusty spots and just random spots all over this to try and make it a little bit nicer. So we're just going to go and randomly do this all the way around, including the bottom, I guess, and this bit over here. There we go. Alright, very nice. Very nice indeedy. Okay. What we'll then do is we'll actually go through and do a slightly different color. So like this, and we'll do that all over the hull as well. There we go. Okay. I don't know if this is how everybody else does it, but like, I don't know, I feel like it makes sense. And yes, I'm not mirroring right now, but that's okay, because it gives slightly different features on both sides. Alright, cool. Did I do much of it on this side? I don't know if I did. There we go. And then I guess we'll change the color again. Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Just a little bit. There we go. And do that all the way down. Very nice. And on this side a little bit as well. Alright, maybe don't do those. There we go. And we're good. Alright, paint that back in that color. There we go. Alright, very nice. That looks awesome now. Oh, there's another thing that we actually really need, and that is chaff. We're going to go ahead... Oh, it's flares, isn't it? We're going to go ahead and add a bunch of flare launchers on this boat, because it really needs them. So, we're just going to go ahead and chuck some up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do this. There we go. We're going to chuck an entire row of them across here. Here we go. And I'm actually going to chuck a row of them below right here as well. Hopefully I didn't take out any lights. I don't think I did. But essentially these guys are going to go in here like so. I'm going to go ahead and turn them all to chaff. We're going to have a chaff button somewhere on the boat, and that's going to work out fine. Yes, I could probably have like an automatic detection system, but the likelihood is I'm actually going to be in the driver's seat when we're being attacked anyway. So let's go ahead and connect all of these together, make them all chaff, go from there. Have I actually managed to not hit that bit at all with rust? I don't think I have. Interesting. I also did random colors on the deck, which looks kind of weird, to be honest, especially when I've missed places like this, but it's fine. Anyway, chaff is all on, so now, realistically, this thing is sort of ready to go. It's not very efficient, is the only thing. I could probably make it more efficient, I could probably make it faster, but it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and do all of these, and off we go. I think if I'm going to fight a ship, we should be okay. I currently don't have access to actually turning that gun or using that gun, but we are moving, and that's fine. If I press 1, it launches 1 chaff, and that's good. Yeah! Look at that. So we can just keep popping chaff. This is them all popping. And there we go. So yeah, there's a lot of chaff on this thing if I ever need to use it. That's good. And yeah, it's sailing around. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with this. Yes. I wonder how the cooling's doing. I don't have any dials upstairs, so I'm gonna run downstairs to check really quickly. How warm are you? 31 degrees so far, and not really getting that much hotter. 32. Yeah, slowly getting warmer, but not too bad, it looks. Not too bad, it looks like. Alright, I don't want to crash into anything, so let's climb back upstairs real quick. And stop. Because there is more that we actually need to add to this boat. And one of the things is actually bilge pumps in all of these rooms. Yes, I need to add pumps all over the place. So that is the next thing we need to do. Okay, we need to go ahead and get the controls for this working now. So let's just go ahead and put it on left and right. There we go, and then on up and down for this one. There we go. And then I guess to fire the cannons, we're just going to go ahead and put that on spacebar. Okay, that is everything we need, I do believe. So that's good. Yeah, we can shoot off those guns if we need to. We can then obviously use this one if we need to as well for air defense, but we need to put that... Oh, we need the actual controls for this, so we need some function blocks first. Yep, there we go, function blocks. Let's just go ahead and chuck those down here. We are going to need 2 of them, so put them there, it's fine. Connect this guy to there and there, and that one is Y, please. There we go. Connect X to this one, and connect this to here. There we go. Although that's not quite right. That is not quite right, because we need a velocity to robotic pivot thingy-mabobby. So let's go ahead and chuck that on here. There we go. We are then going to disconnect this from here, because this needs to... Oh, no, actually, now I'm confused. Now I'm confused. This needs to go into there, but then this needs to go into here, because reasons. Disconnect that from there, put that into there. Current is this one. There we go. I think I've done everything I need. X times 8. X times 8, we're gonna go for that. There we go, X times 8 there as well. And I think now, both guns work, both front and back, and we are ready to go. Maybe. Yeah, that looked good. Uh-oh, it has destroyed my boat. Why did that even happen? I almost forgot a few things. So we are gonna need to go to the seat itself, and up and down is gonna have to be on sticky. Yes, there we go. So that gun, when you aim it up and down, will now stick in up or down, which is good. That is a very good thing. Let's go ahead and save that. What we're then going to do is go to the interior, and I need to add bilge pumps in all of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and hopefully that'll be done pretty quickly. Alright, so I've added pumps all the way throughout all of these things. I haven't done it in the main bits, unfortunately, because I can't. I can't actually afford to do so. Right now, we only have $1,695, and that is not enough to do what I need to do. So, we're going to go ahead and save the ship. We're going to go ahead and spawn her in. And, well, I don't know. If I travel out there, we could try and do this mission. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at us go! We are moving! Alright, so, I don't have an autopilot on this thing yet. That's okay. I don't really know what's going on here. I think there's some issue. I do. I think there's some sort of issue with my, engine, maybe? I don't really know. But we are moving slower than I think we should be. Okay, so I ended up turning around, changing the gear ratios, and now we're at like 20 meters per second instead of 12. So, yeah, we're a lot faster. Anyway, we're heading towards this mission right here, but we're going to ignore it. Well, kind of. We're going to ignore it to begin with, and we're going to travel straight past. Because we have a date with destiny. Yeah, we've got a hostile vessel sighted up here, so we're going to have to fight that first. It's going to be interesting, not going to lie. Let's just check if our weapon actually works. You know what's happened? You know what's happened? Because I've spent so much money on the other thing, we don't actually have enough money right now for ammo. So there's no ammo in the gun. There might be ammo in this gun back here. Yep. Also, that's inverted, so I'm glad I tested that. I'm glad I came back and checked that. Okay, we no longer have a date with destiny. We are gonna travel out here, grab the guys, put out the fire. We're gonna travel back to our base, and we're gonna sort those things out. Well, actually, hopefully we get enough money from this that we have enough money for ammo. That would make a lot of sense. Okay, so there is apparently 6 dudes here. That is good. Let's go ahead and get a fire extinguisher, and, let's get in there, shall we? Hello, cheeky chappies. Have you guys came out to rescue yourselves? And barricaded the doors as well? Is that what you're doing? They've barred the doors. They've left the guys inside to die. Okay, very nice. Oh, and they closed these doors too. There's the fire. Alright, so if you guys are interested in how to put out fires in this game very quickly, you get a fire extinguisher and you run into the fire. And then you're done. Alright, very nice. I can't see anything, so I guess they're downstairs. Hello? Oh yeah, there they are. All 6 guys huddled in a corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, follow me everybody. Let's go. Yep, they're all following, so this is nice. We're gonna go straight upstairs. I am gonna have a quick little look around, because I think I seen a chest. And I think it's just, yep, it is just there. In case you're wondering how to get to that chest, you open this door, and you just run down here. Boop. There we go. 6 grand in cash. Beautiful. Alright, everybody come outside again. We're leaving to go back home. Yes. Okay, we actually have to get out of here quickly because the enemy warship is coming this way. This could be disastrous. Anyway, everybody get on board. As you get on board, I'm going to fix you. Also, I've got no seats. I really need to remember to put seats on things. Anyone else injured? You're injured. You are not. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that is everybody. Close the door. Stop you from moving. Stop. 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 And stop. And stop. There we go. We gotta go upstairs and we gotta get out of here. We actually just have to go, go, go. Alright, turn this on. Turn this on. Let's go. Come on. Alright. Doesn't turn particularly fast, that's okay. Throttle that up, throttle that up. We are fully throttled. And yet, we are struggling to move. I don't know why that's happening. Anyway, I can't see the enemy ship. So, now that we've turned around, I'm just gonna floor it and hope that it works? Why are we only going 7 at the minute? Why are we only going 7? This is bad. There's an enemy warship on my butt, and I'm going 7. No. Okay, so looking at the engine, we have some problems, apparently. Yes, we do indeed. Why, though? Exhaust apparently is an issue. Although I think exhaust is actually coming out the top, so if that's a limitation, we can definitely fix that. Also, I think I might just introduce double ways in for, like, fuel and exhaust. And maybe that's a good way of doing it. So I think that's probably what we'll do. Once we can actually get to a place we can do that. I am scared, however, that I might get shot. Oh, it looks like he's staying in this area. Okay, we might be fine then. Well, we've made it to here, so this is good. We've actually done something right. We made it to the hospital, so let's go downstairs. We'll drop the dudes off, and then we need to head out. We actually really do. Because I need to... I need ammo, otherwise we can't fight anything. I didn't realize that was going to be our issue today, but... yeah. Anyway, open the door, as long as this man will let me out. Let's run back here. As long as everyone's following me, jump into the water. Come on, everybody, let's go. We're gonna swim over here, climb up the shore, and then once we've done that, we can deliver every dude. Yes, we can indeed. Come on. Come on, everybody up. Yes, we're doing it. Everyone, even you. Yeah, there we go. Okay, as long as everybody follows me up, and it all goes to plan, we might get enough money from delivering all of these guys. Possibly. I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. Alright, they're almost all here. Let's deliver them. How much is fuel? 2. There used to be an actual system in this game where, like, depending on how far you actually traveled with the fluid, depending on how expensive it was to sell, etc. I kind of miss that. Oh, unless I'm making that up, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. Anyway, open this door. Everybody get in. We are delivering all the dudes. Yes. All right. I'm now going to go to bed. They're all going to watch me sleep. And in the morning, we will leave. See ya. I'm also going to check up here real quick to see if there are any crates. Okay, well, we done it. What I might do, actually, is add a clutch in between the engine and the generators, because I think what might be happening is the generators are actually sucking up too much of the engine power, meaning that we can't actually go very fast, because, well, the generators are taking the engine power, but I don't know, maybe. Maybe that is the case, maybe it's not the case. Anyway, if we do this and this... Oh, have I got it? Alright, there we go. Alright, so it's revved up. It sounds like it's... It sounded like it was going to do better, but it just isn't. I don't know what's happened. I have no idea. There's no exhaust coming out the top. So... Oh, you know what has happened? I don't even know how we're moving. I think I've accidentally deleted some pipes for the exhaust. I think that's what's happened. Because this right here is in line with the exhaust, and I think that's a problem. Okay, right, yeah, I think that's what's happened. I've messed up my own boat. Oops. Okay, right, after limping it back, and the exhaust obviously being an issue, I don't know how it's on 66% efficiency with the exhaust. I feel like that makes no sense. There's no exhaust coming out because I don't think there's pipes from the engine to the exhaust. I just don't think there is any. So, that's weird. But anyway, return this to the workbench. Let's go see if I am correct. So, whoa. Where is the engine? There it is. Oh, look at that. We are missing this line. That's it. That is it. Okay, now that we fixed that, I'm assuming we're all good. Also, we have 28 grand. If we spawn it in now, and I have a look at how much money we've got, we now have all of the money that we need. However, we've now run into an issue with diesel. We've got no more diesel left, which is crazy, because obviously we brought the tanker over here with loads of diesel. How much do we have? 12,000. Alright, that's not too bad. We are getting pushed around a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, do this. Do this. Do that. There we go. Reverse backwards a tiny touch. There we go. And then do this. And go! Okay, so now we're moving at 18. It will slow down a little bit, so we're at 16, 15. Yeah, around 16. And now if I run downstairs... Oh, I don't want to do that unless I'm on the other side of the bridge. But if I run downstairs, we should be good. What is this, a medium-sized vessel? Should we go try and fight a medium-sized vessel and maybe the large one after? I think that'll be fun. As long as we don't hit this bridge, we should be fine. However, we might hit the bridge. Oh, get around the corner. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we're gonna let it just travel out into the north, and that's fine. In fact, the medium one is quite far past this. I'll let it go. Anyway, let's go and turn all the lights on. I'm gonna run downstairs, and I'm gonna check really quickly to see if the exhaust thing has sorted itself. Exhaust is only at 55 now. Now I'm just confused. It is connected though, but now it's at 55%. Is the exhaust coming out the top? No. Ah, interesting. Oh yeah, because it slowed all the way down again. Look at that. Weird. What's the problem? I need to figure this out. I do. Because I've obviously put the pipes back in for the exhaust. There must be somewhere I've deleted one. Maybe it's where I've accidentally put... I might have accidentally put in a fluid pot where it needs to be. That could be the case. Oh yeah, okay, so the next one actually interrupted it more so than the first one. So there was no exhaust actually getting through at all still. Okay, right, now we fixed it, I think. It is a bit of a maze back here, but I believe that's all good. It goes all the way up, and we are good. Okay, so now the exhaust is probably fine. One thing that I do want to do is get an inverter really quickly. There we go. I'm just going to chuck it on the back of here. I'm going to connect that to this one. I don't know whether it's easier to put that through this than that into there. Yeah, I feel like that's probably the best way of doing it. And that's fine. Alright, we're in a position now where we are good to go, I think. This is crazy. There's a lot of things that still need doing to this ship, to be fair, but we're in a situation where it should work out fine. Okay, I'm going to delete these two. I'm going to add a clutch into both of them. Here we go, clutch and clutch. We're then going to get ourselves a generator, and we're going to shove that onto here. There we go, 2 medium generators. This clutch is only going to go in... When is it going to go in? I guess I could just have a throttle lever for it. Yeah, so this will be for generation, or gens. There we go. So we'll connect this down to each of these clutches. And then we'll actually connect this to here and here, here and here. Oh, all of these pumps need electricity. How did I forget about that? There we go. Those ones already have it. Yeah, okay. I forget too many things when I build. Like, way too many things. Alright, those are all connected. Those are all connected. There's something else I needed to connect, and that is this guy right here. Okay. Alright, are we in a situation now where we can go out and fight an enemy ship? I really want to, so hopefully we are. Okay, right, now I'm just confused. We got exhaust on one side. Did I really just do it on one side? I totally did. Oh my goodness. The amount of mistakes going on here is crazy. Right, delete all of this to there. Shove this guy in here, obviously. Connect this to there. Now we are good to go. That is it. That is the last thing I need to do before fighting an enemy. Okay, right, so we have ourselves right here an oil rig, obviously. If we look on the map, the oil rig is just here, so we have to travel past that to an island. If we can see the island we need to travel to, that would be great, and I think that's it right there. So we have to travel past that island, and that's where the enemy is going to be, so let's just travel to that island first, and then we'll see if we can take on the enemy warship. Oh, I think I see it. There it is out there. So, let's go ahead and point directly towards it, I guess. We will... It's firing at something. What is it? What did it just fire at? Is it gonna start fire... What is it firing at? Oh, there's a little boat out there that needs our help. Alright, let's aim towards it a little bit better, hopefully, and start firing. Oh, higher. Oh, not that high. Oh, that's close. I need to turn down the sensitivity, otherwise I'm never going to be able to hit this. Come on. Come on. Oh, I've set him on fire with those shots. Oh, here we go. We're in range. We're in range. Oh, yeah. All right, 20 grand for that is beautiful. Alright, now we need to turn left and head for the big one. However, it is quite far away, and we are struggling for fuel. Well, we're not struggling for fuel, we just don't have as much fuel as we used to. So, there's that. How fast are we going? Currently 25. Whew, nice. Alright, now that we are traveling at like 27 meters per second, we should probably go check if we are overheating or not. I do need some dials for that, but yeah. So currently the exhaust is 100%, which is good. The manifold is at 72 degrees. 73 degrees. So it is getting warm. 73 degrees, still at 74 degrees. This one's only at 64. I don't know why this one would be cooler than that one, but it is. So there you go. Anyway, let's go ahead and head upstairs real quick. There we go. And I guess we shouldn't really go too far, just in case we do overheat, because overheating would be pretty bad. There's an island out there, so we've been traveling up. I think we're at this island right here. He is just going away from me, so you know what, let's go ahead and return back to base. We're going to turn around, and we're going to head back this way? I don't know. I don't know which way we should be heading. Yeah. That in front of us, I believe, is the wind turbine. So we should be good. Oh, we're jumping out of the water. We are jumping out of the water. We're good. It's fine. You know what? I suppose if we are going to travel further than what we are now, we should probably have either a map so that we can see where we are, or thingamabobby. Oh, thingamabobby. An autopilot. An autopilot would be really good here, actually. Because otherwise we are going to get stuck in the middle of nowhere and I'm just going to cry. And obviously that's bad. So yeah. Anyway, that over there is the oh no, it's not. It's the oil rig. Okay. We are going to need more fuel. So I think we're going to have to do a fuel trip. And I really do want to take the train up north. But I just don't know how long the coal that we have will last us. I think we need more coal too. There's a lot of stuff that we need to do. Okay, it's slowing down again. This time, of course, we do have exhaust. Let's go on 14. Why? Why, oh why are you doing that? Exhaust is at 0% here. Okay, weird. I think what I might do is actually, yeah, just double it up. So we have 2 exhausts, 2 airs. We have, I'm gonna leave it as 1 coolant, that's fine. And maybe 2 fuels, just so that it's definitely being given enough. I don't know if that's the way that would work, but maybe, and if it is, then we should be good. Or maybe I could just upload this video and you guys can tell me if that would even help, because I don't know. I've been told before that it doesn't help adding multiple things to an engine, but I've been told as well that it does help, so yeah. That is what happens in these videos, by the way. I get told in the comments literally every answer under the sun, no matter what. So I'll try and listen to a few of you guys. But I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I think at the start of this video I said I was going to go out and fight more and do more, but I didn't expect this video to go the way that it did. So, yes. Anyway, for now, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed whatever the heck this was, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.